What's good, Grind Schoolers? It's your boy Rob, and we back in the shop today. So today, what we got going down, we are going to clean the Monte Carlo off, and we're gonna spray it finally. Not paint, but primer. It's been a long time coming. I've been waiting for the weather to break in a way that allows me to like really work on the car. You know what I'm saying? And we finally are starting to get that. You know what I'm saying? Springtime, everything is starting to warm up. And I have been working on getting the car to a state to where I could just tape it up and spray. So what we're doing now is we are going to tape the car up and we're going to clean it off, tape it up, and then we're going to go ahead and spray the primer, the first round of primer on the body of the car. Everything else is pretty much sprayed up. Everything is sprayed up. Everything else is sprayed up in primer. It's been waiting for paint since, I guess the cold derailed me. But now, like I said, once again, now that it's warming back up, we can start getting back on everything. So anyways, man, I'm not going to stall y'all out too long. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, let's get into the video. All right, y'all, a little bit of a recap because I know this has been, I was moving on the paint job. I was moving, and then I got derailed because of the cold. But pretty much everything that I need to paint is pretty much painted except the black parts. And then the doors, the fenders, and obviously the body of the car. So we're trying to catch the body of the car up with the doors and with the fenders, which are in the back of the Elco, so that we can obviously die coat. Now, I've already done the 180 on the doors. The doors are pretty much almost perfect. I can still see some imperfections. You can clearly see, you know, I got some runs there that got to come out, but these are on to 320. So any other imperfections that I find, I'll go ahead and glaze putty those, and then the door should be 100% ready to spray. Now the car, we got to catch the car up to that standard. So right now you can see it's all dusty and dirty, everything. I've been sanding it, cleaning it up, making sure that there's no clear spots. If you look down the car, you don't see no glazy spots or nothing like that. This one is metal, so that's not like a, oh no, actually there's a glazy spot here. So I saw that through the camera. But there's pretty much no glazy spots. I'll go ahead and sand that down. And I did get the rockers, went ahead and sanded down the rockers, as you can see. So now what we gotta do is we gotta just clean up in the windows. I cleaned most of the glue off, but I want to clean up all the shininess. And then we'll start taping everything off, masking everything off. I'm going to get the trunk to 320. Basically, I'm going to sand everything down, get it all nice and smooth. And then I'll take the trunk off and I'll do inside the trunk once I'm done with the actual trunk itself, because I'm going to flip the trunk over and paint inside the trunk. And all that will be done when I paint the whole entire car. So anyways, we did do some body filler in some areas. I don't know if you guys remember, but Dash repaired this quarter for me, and he repaired this quarter for me, and you know, I did the grinded down the welds, put some metal filler in there. It still needs to be perfected a little bit, but we're to a good state to where we can paint. I did take this light out, and I did discover that there's a little bit of surface rust in there. I'm probably gonna stick the vacuum cleaner in there and clean out as much as I possibly can. We'll get some rust encapsulator, and then we'll go ahead and put it in there, sand it down the trunk. I'm still debating whether I want to do the keyhole or not. I think I'm going to do the keyhole because it's kind of like, why not, you know? Like, I don't really want to rely on having to pop the trunk just in case the battery dies. You can see down the side of the car, there's a little bit. Good thing I did turn the camera on, because there's a little tiny bit here of shininess that needs to go. I just got done sanding this part down too, so it was a lot more shiny than that. So I just seen a spot that I can, not perfect, but get better, you know what I'm saying? Down here, same thing, just stick the vacuum up in here and clean it out inside the trunk. Gotta get that seatbelt out the way. And then I sanded down the welds, put some metal filler in there. You would never be able to tell that that panel was welded in. Did the same thing on this side. This obviously could use some more sanding down and whatnot, but I'm going to use the body filler. I'm a primer it first, and then I'll guide coat and do everything on the next stage. Just because I don't want to go too far. And I want to make sure that everything is straight because of what had to happen on this part. We got some body filler there, and that's pretty much it as far as the body filler goes, man. There's not much body filler at all on the body of the car itself. And up here, I had thought that I saw some dents or whatever, but you know, I'll get that in the guide code stage because I can't really see too much what's going on up there. But yeah, man, I mean, we're pretty much ready to go. I'm just gonna start cleaning all this up, all this dust up, get it all nice and pretty. I'll sand all this stuff down, and then I'll start masking everything up, taping everything off. We'll just drape this over the back of the car. I've gotten it draped over the front of the car so everything else stays clean because the whole front of the car is already prepped and ready to go. Door jambs, T-top piece, all that's all done and ready to go. So we just got to do the back end of the car and we're good, man. So I'm gonna work tirelessly on getting this car done, man. And you know, I mean, it may miss this summer. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't want it to, but with the amount of work that still needs to be done, it's already about to be April. With the amount of work that needs to be done, it's still just like, man, like, I don't know, you know, like I said, I'm only one man, but as long as I build this car within 2 years of having it, I mean, I would feel super accomplished. I wanted to do 1 year. Obviously, that time frame got blown out the water. And now we're on to having this car for 1.5 years. I think I could definitely make it by the 2-year mark. I'm not going to say summer because summer is like right up on us. And, you know, I might switch my attention to like strictly the Impala just so I have something to drive. And then we'll see where everything takes us though. But for now, we're gonna clean everything up. I'm gonna get this bumper off too because we are painting the bumpers. I wasn't going to at first, but it only makes sense, man. It only makes sense because everything else is gonna be clean. So why not clean up the bumpers as well? And these are gonna go to powder coating, the bumper springs or supports or whatever you wanna call them. Those are gonna go to powder coating, so those will be cleaned up, looking real nice. And then I'm also going to polish the exhaust as well, you know what I'm saying? So nothing is gonna be left untouched or undone, you know what I'm saying? But for now, let me go ahead and start cleaning this window off, cleaning the car off, wiping everything down, making sure everything is dust free. And then I'll start working on getting this back bumper off. And then after I mask everything up, we'll have it sitting ready to get sprayed up. So let me go ahead and get to work and knock everything out. Man, I have not sat in this car, or not sat in the car, but have not seen the interior of this car in such a long time, y'all. So I pretty much got everything draped over the whole entire car, at least the interior part, just the plastic, you know what I mean? But before I had the plastic sitting just over the seats because I was sanding down the top of the T-tops. But now that that's all done, I guess I just left the plastic on it. And, you know what I'm saying, to kind of protect the inside of the car. But, you know, I mean, I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen the inside of this car in such a long time, like the seats and everything. The box is super dusty because it was on the outside of the plastic, but I was just curious to see how well we were able to cover up and how dusty it really is up in here. And it's not too bad, man. You know, obviously it needs some attention. But, you know, once we get everything done and situated, we'll go ahead and take the plastic off, clean the seats up. And we got to get rid of these seat skins. I mean, they'll do for now, but we ultimately got to get rid of them and get some new stuff up in here. So, anywho, man, I just wanted to turn you on and show y'all what it looks like up in here. I'm about to basically seal it off. And pretty much, let me step back so I could show you guys, well, I guess I could show you what it looks like right here. So I basically taped the plastic all the way around. And so on the bottom though, I'm going to tape the plastic down and then I'm gonna tape paper over it. Because when the, and then I'm gonna put paper on the top side here and then, you know what I mean? I'm not probably gonna worry about this part of it because I'm coming off and then there's nothing here. But down here, it'll come in contact with the plastic. So when I go back and I blow the gun while I spray the rocker or whatever, the plastic will start to flap and it'll start to flake off. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened with the Elko. And I got, you know what I'm saying, like I was fighting to try not to get paint flakes onto the fresh paint that I had just painted. So, you know, obviously everything's a learning lesson, man. And so basically all I'm gonna do is, you know, tape the plastic down to back mask it, and then I'll take paper over it because the paint doesn't flake off of the paper. So anyways, I'm gonna finish typing. I'm gonna finish taping up the top part around on the other side. I'm gonna tape this all the way down. And I think that might be my starting point because my legs are super sore from, you know what I'm saying, working out and stuff like that. So I don't really feel like getting down on the ground to cover up the frame. So we'll have to do that, excuse me, tomorrow, hopefully when my legs feel better. And then also too, I want to get some rust encapsulator to get this back here. Now it's not toxic rust just yet, but I did like try to poke it through. I don't know if you can see, but that big dark spot right there is like rusty. So we're gonna treat that. I vacuumed this out and everything to the best of my ability. I took the bumper off. I'm working on getting these off because these are gonna go to powder coating. They're gonna look real nice, and I think I'm gonna sand all of this down. I'll wait for the next pass. I was gonna try to sand it down, get it all done and knocked out, but I guess I'll do it when I, you know, whatever. This part was supposed to go first. I was supposed to paint the jam first, and then the bottom side of the trunk and all that. But I don't have the paint. I just got the primer. So if I would have had the paint, I would have did this part first. But since I don't, I just have the primer. I'm gonna go ahead and just prime everything up. And then I will take the trunk off and put it back on before it gets officially sprayed so that I can get the underside and everything, take care of all this. No harm, no foul, but we are gonna go all the way down here, get all this cleaned up. Under this lip is painted the undercoating. So under this lip is clean. And then on the top of the lip, we're gonna go full scale. You can see the factory mist, all of this right here. We ain't gonna do all that. So, you know what I'm saying? You'll never see it, but at least we'll know it's there and we'll be super thorough. I gotta work on getting this one off. Then once I get these off, I'll put them in the pile for powder coat. And then, yeah. But anyways, let me keep on taping everything up on this side. I did try to tape the window up and it fell already. So I'll go ahead and probably use some different tape to tape it back up. And then all of that will be good to go, man. And we can get to spraying this thing. I was gonna also spray this, but I'm gonna wait until I can sand this down. I hope I don't forget about it. I'll probably do this the same time I do the back side. So anyways, man, let me keep on working. Keep on doing what I gotta do to get this thing ready, prepped for spray. And then we gotta cover up the motor. The doors are fine, whatever. And then obviously these cars won't be in the garage, but yeah, so let me finish taping this up, and I think that will conclude my day for today. And then tomorrow, we'll just have a couple of things to do, wrap up the frame, wrap this up to the best of my ability. And then, yeah, it'll be ready to spray. I'll clean it again. I already cleaned it with the degreaser. And then we're gonna go back through and we're gonna clean it again, because you can kind of see there's still some stuff on here. We're gonna go back through and clean it again, just to make sure nothing is in the way. And then we're gonna go ahead and throw the primer on it. y'all. So we finished the first coat of primer. So this is 180 stage. The body looks really good from what I can see. Obviously we got a 180 and see if there's any dents or imperfections. By the naked eye, it doesn't look like it. All this stuff, I created all of that. I did that when I was using the sander because I don't know if you guys remember, but the other sander that I had, it burnt out. So I had to use my DA or whatever, or angle grinder, whatever you want to call it, in order to get it sanded down to bare metal. And sorry, that's the air compressor letting out all the air, but to sand it down to bare metal, so I had those imperfections there. So all I got to do is sand it smooth, and then on the next coat of primer, that will be gone, whatever. This piece of metal here, they had welded in, so this is gonna have to be worked because you can see it's like a little bump right there. So we got to get all that, you know, resituated. They had a bunch of Bondo in there, so I had to sand all that out, get that down. The trunk looks super smooth, super slick. Also, the primer didn't lay as flat as I wanted it to lay because I didn't have any reducer, so it is what it is. Back here, I created some of this too because I had to sand this down to try to expose that keyhole. And I'm actually going to make this a keyhole again. I went back and forth, deciding whether I wanted to make it a keyhole or not. I'm gonna make it a keyhole again. And the reason why is because even if the battery, so for instance, if the battery dies and I need to get into the trunk somehow, some way, then I can't get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like the trunk popper won't work. Or say for instance, something happens to the wires, and say for instance, the ground is loose in the trunk and you know, the battery's not working and I have no other way to get into the trunk. I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna put the keyhole back. The car sits in the garage, so I'm not worried about, you know what I'm saying, nobody's trying to get in it or nothing. And then also too, same thing here. It looks pretty slick, man. Most of the imperfections that I see are imperfections that I caused by trying to sand the thing down, and we'll just smooth all that stuff out. So this is 100% the first coat. We are, you know what I'm saying, moving right along. And in this joint right here, I'm gonna go ahead and body fill right there so that doesn't crack again, because it will crack the paint. But yeah, man, I think it turned out pretty good. So I'm gonna let this dry up and then we'll put some guide coat on it. And then the next time you see this car, we'll be doing the guide coat 180 process. So I don't know if I want to continue this video here or just wait until I start sanding it down. I might conclude the video here because, you know, you guys saw me just prime up the car. It looks great. I can't wait to see the color on the outside of the car. And unfortunately, the car is going to still be in the garage under the gas station lights, but I won't be able to see it out into the sun until obviously it has a motor. I could push it, but we'll see. But I'm gonna get busy on sanding all the imperfections out. It shouldn't take me too long, maybe, you know, a couple of days to knock all that out, and then it'll be ready for primer again. Unfortunately, I just gotta wait until there's gonna be another warm day, because this was about all I got today. It's 56 degrees currently, and this is what I got. So yeah, and I think I might have to get some reducer too, because I want the next part of primer to lay down real flat. I want it to be really flat. It just makes for the later coats in the orange peel, just starts cutting it down, so that when you go to cut it and cut and buff and do all that other extra stuff, it's a little bit easier. You're not cutting through a whole bunch of this. This looks textured like the stuff on the wall. But once you smooth it out, it looks all, you know, looks like it's supposed to look. But anyways, man, let me know what y'all think, man. I think it turned out pretty good. There's not any really major things that I could see by my naked eye. Obviously, we'll see once we throw the guide coat on there, but you know, it shouldn't take me too long to do the rest of the body work. I'm pretty much done with the body work for the whole car. So, you know, and that's the most costly amount of time that you have, like doing the paint job, is just the body work. The body work takes forever, especially if you gotta weld and fabricate and do all this other stuff. But we're pretty much done with all of that. Now we just gotta, find all the little dents that I didn't see or couldn't see, get those knocked out with the body filler that I got. And then, you know what I'm saying, this will be ready for primer again. We'll 320 it, wet sand it. I think I might go up to 400 just to get the 320 scratches out, make sure it's nice and smooth. This paint job is laid real flat. And yeah, man, but anyways, you know, we're just knocking things out the best that we can, yo. All right, grind schoolers, that's gonna do it for this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. All I had to do was knock out the paint or the primer on the Monte Carlo, get it all done and taken care of, because this is a day that I had time availability and it was warm enough for me to spray. So I was kind of BSing today too, I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of like, you know, dreading coming out here, masking up the car, doing what I had to do and spraying, but we made it. You know what I'm saying? I'm back into it. We're getting in super close to getting the car all the way painted. We're all the way almost through the primer stages. We just got 320 on the fenders and then the body of the car, sand everything down, and it's ready to spray. So once it's ready to spray, you know, it won't take super long to do anything else. But yeah, man, we're just knocking it out. And then once the car is sprayed, I'll go ahead and put it all together. And then once I put it all together, you know what I'm saying, we'll start working on trying to get the motor and transmission in the car. So yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit more excited, man, because I'm starting to see this thing start to come together. I know it's coming together slowly but surely, but at the end of the day, as it gets warmer and warmer, I could be out here more and more. Because as you can see, my heater back there, you know what I'm saying, it broke. So it is what it is. That's kind of what had derailed me for, you know, the rest of the tail end of the winter time. So anyways, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, always remember, work hard so you can live free.